Hello, this is James. Some of us are so anxious to farm Merrick at level 40 that we forget we can slide the legendary duelist gate over a couple notches and get Arkana at level 40 at the red event gate. So here's a deck that uses Gate Guardian once more to farm Arkana at level 40 and not level 20 so that we can get our precious anti-magique arrows. This is a pretty simple Gate Guardian farming deck, but all of these tech cards need to be explained. So our kill combo is Gravekeeper's Vassal and 2 Union attacks along with our Gate Guardian that's special summoned from Elements Unite. And we have ours, and 1 Caligo Claw Crow. So we have our Gate Guardian on the field just the entire time, smashing away, and in our final turn we normal summon Gravekeeper's Vassal, and since he's a dark monster, Gate Guardian is also a dark monster. Since we have a dark monster, we can special summon our Caligo Claw Crow, and 700 plus 2 times 900 plus 3750 is precisely 10,000, which is just a beautiful feeling. There is order and sense to Yu-Gi-Oh! We are using Last Day of Witch because we need to eliminate all, for our final turn, we need to eliminate all of Arkana's spellcaster monsters because he has Dark Renewal, which causes our summon monster to go to the graveyard, so it would cause our vassal to go to the graveyard, but it requires him to have a spellcaster on the field, so if we remove all of his spellcasters, then we have nothing to worry about. We have 2 Pots of Benevolence. The pay-to-win version is to use a Shard of Greed, because even with 3 Jars of Greed, now Goblin Housekeeping is card neutral, it's just for reshuffling cards. Even with 3 Jars of Greed, we are still at a card disadvantage because Elements Unite gives us a 21 card deck and we only start with a hand of 1. So we draw our 1 Gate Guardian, and then we still have 20 cards, and then Arkana only has a deck of 16. So even with 3 Jars of Greed, we can't overcome that card advantage, especially if we go first. So we need to replace cards. Again, Shard of Greed would draw us 2 cards, but what we're instead going to do is put 2 cards back into Arkana's deck. But if you do have Shard of Greed, or even, I think, 2 Yata Gurasu, that would also work to maintain the relative decks at a size that we need them to be in order to draw the last card before Arkana draws his final card. Secret Pass, that's part of the kill combo. Good Goblin Housekeeping for reshuffling your cards. Jar of Greed, basically just a -1 to deck size. Ready for Intercepting. So this bears some explaining. Ryoku Field is to protect our Gate Guardian from 1,000 Knives, and Ready for Intercepting is we have 3 Ready for Interceptings, and they are 3 silver bullets for his Dark Magicians, because when he brings out a Dark Magician, that's potentially a very powerful Dark Magician spell, either Dark Magic Attack or 1,000 Knives that he's about to play. So as soon as he summons a Dark Magician, you intercept it, you put him in face down defense position, and since he was summoned that turn, you can't change the attack position. And we can't just have a chill Gate Guardian like we did for the level 20 farm. Gate Guardian's got to do some work, he's got to destroy the face down defense position Dark Magician. Let us begin. Over like so. Save our deck. I'm just enchanted by Caligo Claw Crow and its mathematic perfectitude. And let's go to our Duelist Gate. So here he is, just click on the arrows. Hoodie Guy, Merrick, and Yami Arkana. Dark Spellcaster deck, level 40. Arkana versus the Paradox of Brothers. And we're going second. Alright, that's good. We don't have to worry about cards as much. Elements Unite. So there's a double Costone. There's our Last Day of Witch. We're going to special summon our Gate Gazardian. And because leaving Costone on the field would give him Dark Magician, we're going to eliminate it. We don't have to worry about getting effect damage only, because when this deck does work, it gives a lot of life points. So again, we're going to destroy the Gate Guardian. We can't let him have any monsters on the field, especially since we don't have our protecting traps, our Ryoku Field, or our Ready for Intercepting. Another face down, and he doesn't have traps like we have traps. Our econs and our wall disruptions. He doesn't have anything like that. He has weird spellcaster specific traps. Alright, we're gonna end our turn. Another face down. Another combo piece. And another attack from the big boy. Mystic Tomato. Draws another Mystic Tomato. See, if he had another Legion of the Fiend Jester, I'd be worried, because then he could play that, and then with Fiend Jester's attack, he can tribute both off for a Dark Magician, but he doesn't have that. We're just going to destroy. And this face down is probably the Dark Renewal. So he doesn't get his he doesn't have his Dark Magician, otherwise he would go for... Okay, great. Alright, there's our Ready for Intercepting. And we're going to destroy the Fiend Jester. And come on, I want that Pot of Benevolence. Alright, Good Goblin Housekeeping. We're going to set that because we have plenty that we want to reshuffle back into the deck. Yes. No. And we're going to return that. Okay, we're going to turn this. We're going to turn our toggle to off, which is actually dangerous in this deck. So we're going to turn it back on. We're going to set that, and we're going to end our turn. Oh no! Forgot to destroy. That's all good. All right, so we're going to draw. No, we're not going to chain. We're not going to chain. Another Ready for Intercepting. We're going to set our Jar of Greed. Really hurting for those Jars of Benevolence. Alright, that's good. Get the Costone off. And even if he does get his Dark Magician, we have our Intercepting cards. Alright, Good Goblin Housekeeping. Jar of Greed. Oh, finally. Okay, great. We're going to reshuffle. None of our cards. Definitely not Mystic Tomato. Yeah, we're going to go for the Costones. Not going to chain that. It keeps trying to flip down my Gate Guardian. Stop doing that. Alright, oh, no. We're going to set our second Good Goblin Housekeeping. So the thing about Good Goblin Housekeeping is that it is... Okay, good. That's a Costone. That's a Pot of Benevolence target. We're going to activate this. Alright, so we're keeping him well in hand. Alright, and we're gonna reshuffle. Okay, good. Pot of Benevolence. Alright, we're gonna reshuffle our Vassal. This is keeping him good and contained. So the thing about... What does he have? List. I don't want him getting any of that back. Alright, well, we don't have to worry about that just yet. The thing about Good Goblin Housekeeping is you end up drawing 3 cards off of its effect. The first one you draw 0. Yeah, there's the Costone. Excellent. And we're going to discard. What are we going to discard? We're going to discard our Ready for Intercepting. You draw 3, but you return 3 cards total, and but then you also had to draw the 3. You had to draw the 3 Good Goblin Housekeepings. Excuse me, no, you draw 6. You draw 6 cards. If you activate all 3 Good Goblin Housekeepings, you draw 6 cards, but you return 3, and you had to draw the 3 Goblin Housekeeping. So we're going to go Pot of Benevolence, and we're going to shuffle the 2 Costones. This is taking this way longer than it would be otherwise. Now we have proper deck size, and we have 6 cards. All right, we're going to destroy. Mystic Tomato, and turn. Another face down. Alright, so if you just keep on top of him, Caligo Clawcrow. If you keep on top of him with Gate Guardian, then you don't have anything to worry about. Battle Phase, we don't have anything we want to set. We're going to end our turn, and we're going to discard our extra Ryuryoku field. End. Jar of Greed, that's great. Set that. End our turn. We're going to pop Jar of Greed. No. And no. Okay, we're going to draw a card. There's the last day of Witch. Alright, so we have 7. We'll probably dump the Ryoku field. Alright, so we're just going to go into Battle Phase, destroy the Costone, the reshuffled Costone, end our turn, and then we're going to dump you and you. Alright, we didn't even need our traps today. Alright, so he has no face-up spell casters, so we don't need our last day of Witch, but if he did, we would play her, and yeah, we can't even play it because there's no spellcasters to be destroyed. Okay, so we are going to normal summon our Vassal. We're going to special summon our Caligo Clawcrow. And then we're going to Secret Pass onto the Vassal. Okay, we're going to turn that off. And then we're going to activate Union Attack onto the Vassal. And another Union Attack onto the Vassal. Make sure you pick Vassal and not Clawcrow. We're going to enter our battle phase. Precise 10,000. Yes. Alright, we win, and let's see if we got an anti-magic arrows. Check that goodie bag. Come back victory, low LP. Yeah, see, the Gate Guardian deck just spews points, especially with the campaign bonus. So even though we didn't get our effect victory by effect damage only or our Divine God Beast bonus, we still have over 8,000 points. This is my deck for farming Merrick at level 40, farming Arkana at level 40 for the Merrick event. Thank you for watching.